Hey, fabulous marketers. Welcome back to the Fabulous Marketer Show. It's Friday, and that means it's time to get fun, fierce, and funnel focused. Today is all about building your first 1K funnel, your system to attract, capture, and convert your ideal community into your first 1,000 members and beyond. In segment one, the flea insight, we want to talk about what is a 1K funnel. Well, in the flea journey, we use what we call the 1K funnel. It's your first high converting setup designed to grow your community to 1,000 members. It's the first system you'll build that will work for you, turning clicks into connections and connections into conversions. I'll never forget my first funnel because you know why? Because it didn't work. And I was so crushed. I was disappointed because I had so much high expectations because, you know, I did everything I was told to do. I was following the gurus. But you know why it didn't work? Because it wasn't one of those like done for you funnels that I was using for the previous like 2 years before that, where it was already set up by somebody else. it it was something that I did on my own. Whenever these new funnel builders had just come out, it was around that time, and I started using those, and I found a funnel template that I liked, and I decided to build my own unique funnel. So I built my first funnel before I actually knew what my audience needed. See, I wasn't focused in on my audience. I was thinking about me. I wasn't thinking about service. I wasn't thinking about the needs of my audience. But here's what I learned since then. When you build a funnel based on your flea persona and your audience journey, it's a game changer. So you need to know something about yourself. That's where your flea persona come in. It's helpful to know if you're a builder or a promoter or even a teacher or an automator. That's helpful. Let's go back here. I'm not done with that part. Yeah, that's so. What I'm saying is, it's helpful to know about your flea persona, but it's also helpful to know your audience journey. So, not just knowing the audience needs, understanding yourself, and you put that together, and then boom, that's where the secret sauce comes in. That's where you show up as your best self for others. That's where you can make the impact that you need to make through your funnel. Because remember, as we talked about in a previous episode, we talked about building your brand base. Well, that's a part of knowing you, branding you, and that goes into your funnel. All right. That a part and a part of building your brand is knowing who you serve and how you serve who you serve. Right? Knowing what you can do to help solve the problem for others, knowing how you can provide help to others. Right? That's what knowing your persona is all about. And then when you get a better idea of the ongoing needs of your audience and you understand the journey that they're on of getting from point A to point B, or how to solve the problem or the challenges that they're facing, then now you can build all of that into your funnel and take all of that into account. And then that's how it becomes a game changer. So, what I want you to do if you're listening right now, okay, type in the chat or in the comments area if you have ever built or tried to build a funnel before. And tell me, what was your biggest challenge? I'm interested. All right, now I'm ready to move on. Let's get into the next segment, and I want to share a little bit affiliate news. All right, and talk about hot funnel trends in affiliate marketing. So this week's hot topic would be I would call it funnelless funnels. Okay, funnelless funnels. Platforms, for example, like TikTok and Instagram, those are becoming mini funnels all by themselves. Okay. But don't ditch your main funnel just because of that. Instead, connect your content with a capture system that fits your traffic style. You got that? Instead of ditching your main funnel, connect your content with a capture system. Don't just rely on these like social media platforms to serve as a mini funnel in themselves. They're starting to allow you to do everything, almost everything inside of their platform that you can do outside their platform. But the thing is, it's not free marketing. And I don't mean free in price. I mean free in the nature of how you do marketing. Remember, as a fabulous marketer, I'm talking to you about how to keep your marketing simple, fun, and free. And a part of the freedom in your marketing is the control that you maintain, the ownership of the experience that you have. So if it's being controlled by an algorithm or something, then that's not freedom in your marketing. Okay. So instead, you want to connect your content with a capture system so that you can utilize these platforms where your audience is hanging out, and then capture your audience, um, so that now you have both. All right, you don't have to ditch your main funnel. You can utilize both the platform and your funnel outside of those platforms, and you still can now maintain control. All right, and take ownership, and now have you utilize the funnel as your asset. All right, so connect your content with a capture system, and you want to make sure that capture system is fitting your traffic style. All right, keep your style in place. Don't change your style just based on the platform, just because of the capabilities or the functionality that they've built into it. No, you maintain control, maintain freedom in your marketing. All right, let's move on to segment 4 and talk about today's traffic tip. So your funnel only works if people see it. Okay. But traffic, I'm gonna say that part again because I want you to get that first statement I just made. Your funnel only works if people see it. Okay. So that speaks to the importance of traffic. So we know traffic is important. Traffic is people. Traffic is when people visit your funnel, visit your pages, all right, where your offers are being marketed. So you have to have traffic of people visiting your funnel. But keep this in mind. Traffic only works if those people visiting your pages trust it. If they don't trust, they're not gonna your traffic to your funnel. If they don't trust it, if they're skeptical, then it's not gonna work. It's not going to convert. It's not going to like convert into the result that you needed to convert into, because you're speaking with someone, or you're catering to, or you're relying upon someone who doesn't trust your funnel. They don't trust your funnel. They don't trust you. So how do you gain that trust? Well, you want to build awareness traffic with value. That's the first type of traffic that you need. You need awareness traffic. You don't want to just get in a habit of just sending a cold audience of people to your funnel, which is people who don't know you, people who don't trust you, people who won't trust your funnel. You want to first build awareness of your offer, awareness of the value that you have to offer, and allow traffic to be attracted to the value that you provide through your awareness content. You see, you sharing your brand, you sharing the problem you solve, you sharing what you can do to help people overcome their pain. Okay? So awareness traffic. Build awareness of your offer, of your value, by sharing your value. Okay. And then after that, once you gain attention and you attract people, traffic to yourself, which is called awareness traffic. Now you can direct that traffic to your opt-in, your capture system. Okay, direct them to your opt-in page with a strong hook. All right, you can hook them by talking about a pain point, talking about a problem that they're experiencing, so that you can let them know that you're there to help them solve a problem they're faced with, and then share a benefit of what your offer can do to help solve that problem, and then give a call to action. Tell them what to do to get access to what it is that you're sharing, to your offer. Do they have to opt in? Do they have to visit a page? Do they have to click here? Do they have to download something? Do they have to make a phone call? What is it do they have to do to get access to the benefits that you have shared uh, of an offer that's going to help solve a problem for your audience? Okay. Don't overcomplicate it. Just start simple and then you can refine it later. Okay. But just remember, funnel traffic starts with trust. Don't just be satisfied with people just visiting, just anybody visiting. Cold traffic of people that don't trust you or don't trust your funnel. Because at the end, it's going to be wasted time, wasted money, because it's not the right audience with the right offer. It's not a match. Okay. There's not established trust. So it's going to be missing something. It could be a great offer, but if the people who are seeing your offer is not trusting it, because you hadn't they don't have the awareness of your offer, they don't have awareness of the value that you bring as a company, as a business, as a person, it's gonna always convert less than if you have that established trust. Okay, I'll get off of my soapbox on that. Okay, but that's a quick traffic tip to consider. All right, let's talk about today's segment of the Coach's Corner. All right, the question is this: do I need a full funnel? All right, that's a common question that students ask all the time in the Fabulous Marketer Academy. They want to know: can I start with just a lead magnet and an email sequence? All right, instead of a full blast funnel with all of the pages, and extended funnel with all like ongoing pages, upsells, downsells, this, that. No, you can start small. You can start with just your lead magnet and email sequence. Your lead magnet is an offer. It's just something small, something quick, something easily consumed that your audience can utilize to help them start solving their problem. This is one of the things that you do to gain trust. All right. This is how they can start to trust your funnel a little bit more, because you can talk about this lead magnet in your awareness content that you publish, where you can now just provide valuable information about your lead magnet that can help solve a specific problem. And then you can generate the opt-in, generate the lead with that lead magnet, and then you can have an email sequence, and that could be as small as like 1, 2, 3 emails. All right, just a mini sequence where you just have an initial email that might just deliver your lead magnet in the first email, then maybe just tell a little story, or provide a little bit more value about that lead magnet in a second email, and then another follow-up email maybe a couple of days after that. So that's all you really need, to get started. So the question you're referring to, or that I'm sharing, that students are asking about: can I have just a lead magnet and an email sequence, or do I need a full funnel? Uh, the answer is no, you don't need a full funnel. And yes, you can start with just a lead magnet and an email sequence. Your 1K funnel, the funnel that you're going to use to start building your 1,000 member community, it doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be functional. You got it? It doesn't have to be fancy, so you don't have to compare your funnel to somebody else's funnel, or you don't have to try to wait to get started because you're wanting all these bells and whistles, within your funnel. No, You just need functionality. You just need it to work. Okay. So start lean and then you can grow smart. All right. So let me give a quick shout out to everyone that's watching live. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching by replay. All right. Or a recorded version of this episode. Regardless of how you're watching, drop your fleet persona in the chat. Okay. Are you a builder? Are you a promoter? Are you a teacher? Or are you an automator? Don't forget, live watchers, what you get is early access to today's resource drop. So that's the benefit of watching live. This doesn't mean that if you're watching the replay or recorded version that today's resource drop isn't available. It just means that live watchers get early access and can begin using the resource immediately. All right, so what is today's resource drop? You might be thinking. Well, I've dropped today's exclusive vault kit inside the show episodes vault. It's called, drum roll, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's called the 1K Funnel Blueprint Kit. And it's on the screen if you can see what I'm talking about. But if you're just listening, then you can't. But the 1K Funnel Blueprint Kit is what it's called, and it's phenomenal. And it's loaded. It includes everything from funnel templates to platform-specific mini funnels for each fleet persona. And that's important. It's many funnels, templates for each fleet persona. So regardless of what your persona is, there's an example for you to follow. So that is phenomenal. That's something that you can build trust with because you can be yourself. It's something that is in alignment with your marketing style, with who you are as a person, with your brand. So that's why it's so key. All right. So visit the FMA Resources dashboard to access the show episodes vault and see what's inside. All right, now it's action time. And here's your challenge that I want to give you. Take what you learned today and build your 1K funnel. Use the blueprint kit, pick your funnel path, and go live with your funnel in the next 7 days. That's the challenge that I'm sending your way. You can do it. Tag us in your funnel building process using Fabulous Marketer Show. Let's use that tag. That's what I have here. All right. So let us know with how you're doing within the whole funnel building process, how you're progressing. Let us know because we're building this together. All right. But just tag Fabulous Marketer Show. And I would love to hear how it's going so I can continue to make it better for you. So that is it for today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in episode 6. That's coming up next. All right. And we'll talk about where that is in a little bit later. All right. So we'll just leave it as we'll treat it as like just a test. All right. We'll call it test for right now. All right. It's a test episode. But I'll decide what we need to talk about based on feedback that I get from you and where I think we need to go next, but we'll just call it test right now. All right. So be fabulous. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time in episode 6.